What's up, losers? Today I'm back with some more r/fatlogic mischief. Taking a look at a couple of amusing, alarming, or infuriating fat acceptance posts. Sharing my responses to them. And having a few laughs. This is episode 159 in the fatlogic series. And I'm ready to have my eyes opened to the horrors of fat phobia. So without further lollygagging, let's get into it.
I'm in a mixed weight relationship, but haters say I should only date fat people.
Ha ha ha, what? A mixed weight relationship? Really? They're trying to make that a thing now. Are they? Fantastic. Just what the world needed. Sighs. Fat activists never fail to disappoint me. Man. It's obvious that the comparison that they're trying to make here is to relationships between people of different racial or ethnic backgrounds. But as far as I'm concerned, this is not a comparison that needed to be made. And it's not one that makes much sense. When you get right down to it, like, basically no one actually has some strong ideological opposition to fat people and thin people getting together, in the way that some racists object to interracial relationships. And a relationship between a fat person and a thin person does not bring the kinds of intercultural barriers that often accompany relationships across ethnic lines either. The only external pressure that is likely to be exerted on fat-thin relationships is that some people might state or imply that the thin person is out of the fat person's league. Which is definitely not nice. Not something I believe, and not something that people should go around saying. But it's also something that can happen in any relationship, irrespective of any observable weight disparity. And it's ultimately up to the people in the relationship to handle for themselves. Comparing that, even by implication, to ethnically or racially mixed relationships, for which people have been, and continue to be, attacked by whole communities, and even legally sanctioned, is laughable and tone-deaf. I mean seriously, get a grip. Oh, and as a final note, it's funny to me that this person wrote a whole article about their haters, as if people actually care, and they're accomplishing something super meaningful by breaking outside of social norms. Like, I hate to break it to you, but no one cares. Tons of people date people who are fatter than they are, and think nothing of it, because in the grand scheme of things, one's personal dating choices are not that remarkable or interesting. I'm getting some pretty major main character syndrome vibes from this one, and I would encourage people who feel the need to dramatize their own, no doubt rather mundane lives, to such a degree, to chill out a bit. You're not living in a movie, haha. Anyway, on to the next post.
I eat broccoli and chicken for 70% of my meals. I don't eat chips or sweets. Low carb, low calorie diet. And yet I'm obese. Why? Because bodies aren't as simple as you think. You people seem to thoroughly believe that weight is 100% the person, and how much they eat and exercise. And it's all their fault. I gained most of my weight on a diet, while playing tennis daily. Meanwhile, there's women out there who can remain thin and eat a large pizza daily. Sometimes that sheet doesn't matter. Shut the frick up. Fat phobia is 10,000,000% real. Doctors will literally ignore other possible medical issues if you're fat. If you're big, it becomes the only thing the doctor focuses on. And no, physiologically, obesity is not easy to solve. There are many contributors. I say this as someone who weighs a lot. Despite eating 500 to 1,000 calories a day, there are a lot of issues fat people face that you wouldn't understand. There's definitely fat phobia, and it has nothing to do with attraction. It's harder for us to get jobs for frick's sake. There's no universe where it doesn't exist. Just because you don't have to deal with something doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Okay, so I know that we should try to give people the benefit of the doubt when they share their experiences with us, and hear 'em out, even if what they're saying doesn't sound overly plausible. But like, come on man. I don't believe this sheet, haha. She's obese, eating 500 to 1,000 calories a day, of mostly broccoli and chicken. with few carbs, and playing tennis every day. Really, sorry, but I'm not buying it. Especially with the comment about all the thin women out there, who are apparently eating a large pizza daily. Why someone would go to the trouble of writing a blatantly false account of the diet and exercise habits to post online, when anyone with any critical thinking skills isn't going to believe them anyway. I will probably never know. But here we are. I suppose that if I were to speculate as to what motivates this silliness, it could be that the belief that all weight differences come down to random genetic variation. The pizza-chugging skinny girl versus the broccoli-nibbling fatty allows these people to feel justified in fudging the facts and numbers, because they genuinely believe the underlying logic to be sound, and they want to make their point in as striking and indisputable terms as possible. This poster must know that she's not actually eating like 700 calories of broccoli and chicken. But if she feels that she's eating less, and eating healthier, than thin women are, she doesn't see the issue with going a little, or a lot, overboard, in her description of her diet. I'm not saying any of this is right. Mind you, BS is BS. But it could explain why fat activists keep saying shit like this, even when they're not convincing anyone who isn't already just as deluded as they are. Maybe, I don't know, it's a theory. For what it's worth, I've noticed that quite a lot of people, and not just fat activists, seem to believe in this idea that some people are just genetically blessed with amazing super special metabolisms, which allow them to eat tons of unhealthy food without putting on any weight. And all I have to say is that 99 times out of 100, if you think that a thin person is stuffing their face with unhealthy food and not putting on any weight, you're not getting the whole story. They could be treating themselves when they're out with other people. They could be eating fewer meals than you are. They could be exercising a ton on the side. Or they could be engaging in any number of disordered behaviors that they don't want to advertise to the public. Whatever might be going on, the point is that you really don't know what they're eating, or how much. So instead of making assumptions, and using those assumptions to justify poor decisions on your own part, try focusing on yourself, and leaving other people out of it. Who knows, that way you might actually see some results. And wouldn't that be swell, haha. Anyway, moving on.
The BMI scale is pretty whack to begin with. I'm 5'5" and 255 pounds. But I don't look it at all. I think the reason is, my breasts are very large. And underneath the fat, I have a lot of muscle built up from manual labor and 2 decades of sports. My BMI is 43, which is considered morbidly obese. I see others in the same category, and it just doesn't make sense. I know I'm fat, but morbidly, I work out every day, ride my bike, play with my dog, zero mobility issues. So I don't know. I don't really trust the BMI system.
Haha, oh my god, no. I cringed so hard at this one. She really went full on. I'm not like the other fats. How embarrassing. My response to this one is pretty similar to the last one. Basically, who do these people think they're kidding? But this one is somehow even worse, because the point of denial is so painfully, unavoidably visible. Like, this woman is 5'5", 255 pounds. Everyone can see that she is huge, with or without a BMI number to refer back to. Yet she's out here trying to convince people that actually, she's not really all that fat. She's mostly just big-breasted and muscular. And the only reason people think that she's morbidly obese is because BMI doesn't work. It's beyond delusional, unless her boobs are like 2 boxing heavy bags. It's not just her chest that's making her fat. It's her whole body, and anyone with eyes will be able to see that. If this woman really experiences zero mobility issues, and is able to work out, ride her bike, and play with her dog every day, then that's great, and I'm happy for her. But it does not make her any less fat. It does not invalidate her classification as morbidly obese under BMI. And it most certainly does not negate the health risks brought on by her obesity. Moreover, if she stays that fat, or gets even fatter, then it's basically inevitable that the mobility issues will come, no matter how well she is able to get around now. So I really think that what she should be focusing on is not taking down BMI, or making a fool of herself trying to convince people that she isn't that fat, but actually making sensible dietary choices, so that she can lose some weight, and continue to enjoy good health and mobility into the future. At least, that's what I would do. But what would I know?
Felt like getting fit. Will 100% delete out of embarrassment later. If anyone is starting a fitness or weight loss journey, please message me. I am too, and I feel like having someone to get motivated with, and vent to, and share losses and wins would be nice. Tumblr people feel like the best of friends to me, so feel free to reach out. Hashtag fitness, hashtag weight loss, hashtag TW weight loss, hashtag TW fitness, hashtag TW diet, hashtag getting healthy, hashtag fitness journey, hashtag fitness goals, hashtag healthy eating, hashtag diet culture, hashtag diet tips.
You do realize diet culture is not good, right? Like, the term was coined to put a name to the toxicity that is dieting. It is absolutely freaking bizarre that you have so bluntly ignored this fact and are posting this in the diet culture tag.
You're kinda being mean, lol. Please calm down, because I will remove the tag. I have quite literally 2 followers on here, so algorithm-wise, this post wasn't going to pop up for a lot of people. And I still added TW tags to help navigate that. It was meant in a fun way, not a weird way. But I understand you can't see that from how the tag was presented. So I will remove. I'm not trying to start an argument, or be disrespectful to what you're doing. But constructive criticism can still be nice.
I was not being mean at all. I pointed out that what you did was like posting in the grape culture tag in support of grape. Diet culture is not good, and the tag is dedicated to talking about that. I hope you'll look up fat activism and basic information about diet culture. There is not a single scientifically proven method of weight loss. No diet, pill, exercise, or surgery that actually works. All of them end up failing within 3 to 5 years. Literally all of them. Please educate yourself. Hashtag TWGrape.
Okay, so I'll get this out of the way at the beginning, because I want to be as fair as possible to each party in this exchange. Yes, it probably was wrong of the original poster to use the diet culture tag on their post, given its content, even if I think that most fat activist grumbling about diet culture is a load of rubbish. This is, as far as I'm aware, the primary context in which the term is used, so it doesn't make much sense to use the diet culture tag on an explicitly pro-diet post, and I don't know what the poster was hoping to achieve by doing so. With all of that being said, though, could the response from the fat activist here be any more overblown? Like, comparing so-called diet culture to grape culture. Really? Fricking really? That's the comparison you want to go with? Jesus. Talk about tactless. I don't care how much fat activists hate dieting, and how badly they want to portray it as some unmatched evil. It's something that does a lot of people a lot of good. And it's something that people are free to undertake of their own accord. Not something that is violently forced upon them. I can accept that the diet culture tag didn't need to be used on the original post. Much in the same way that people who aren't clowns don't need giant shoes. But I don't want to hear any mention of grape whatsoever. It's got nothing to do with the issue at hand. And it's far too serious an issue to be brought up so cheaply. Shameful. And as for the advice to the poster to educate themselves on fat activism, along with the claim that there are no scientifically proven methods of weight loss. What can I say? I almost spat out my Diet Coke. Like, in what world are people who believe that weight loss is scientifically impossible, in a position to be telling anyone to educate themselves. I'd sooner take geography lessons from flat earthers. Haha. Get the frick out of here. I mean seriously, the combination of loony ignorance and smug self-righteousness is a real fat acceptance specialty. But it never fails to amuse me. These people really have no idea how dumb they look. To those of us with critical thinking skills, I guess that's what makes r/fatlogic such a fun place to visit. It might be frustrating at times, but there's never a shortage of laughs. Well, that's all I've got for you today. I hope you had a good time reading through these posts with me, and that my commentary provided some added value. What do you think? Do we need the term mixed weight relationship to describe relationships between fat and thin people? Do some people get fat eating less than 1,000 calories of broccoli and chicken, while others stay thin chugging pizza like there's no tomorrow? Can you be 255 pounds at 5'5" without being that fat, because you have muscles and boobs? Is diet culture like grape culture? Let me know in the comments. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe, or I'll make you enter into a mixed weight relationship with the loudest fat activist you can think of. And if you ever so much as mention the word diet, they'll lock you in the basement. Just kidding, haha. Anyway, catch you later.